Well, good morning and welcome to Planting Seeds with the Partnership. I am your host, Kayla Grigsby, and today we have Miss Theresa Cromling with us, and she is from Safe Kids Durham, and we thought it would be great to speak with her since this is Baby Safety Month, and so we definitely serve families that have children from 0 to 5, and we want to make sure that you're being as safe as possible, whether you're returning to school or whatever your daily endeavors are. So, Miss Theresa Cromling, how are you today?
I'm fine, Kayla. Thank you very much for inviting me to your podcast.
Absolutely, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about yourself and your role at Safe Kids Durham and what you all provide.
Sure. I've been a registered nurse at Duke Hospital for the past 34 years. 27 of those years I spent in the emergency department, specifically taking care of children. For the last 8 years, I continue to work at Duke, but at Duke Children's in the procedural sedation unit. Since 2000, I have been the Safe Kids coordinator for Durham County, which is an agency within a very wide state as well as United States and worldwide network that focuses on educating families and children on how to stay safe in their day-to-day world.
So, with it being Baby Safety Month, what are some of the most common safety issues or concerns that come up with parents or the children?
So at Safe Kids Durham County, as well as Duke Children's, we do focus on trying to keep children safe from ages 0 to 21.
Okay.
And our focus within the community are multifaceted with many other agencies who do the same thing. We focus on safety in and around vehicles, burn prevention, poisoning, safety in and around water, safe sleep, safe storage for firearms, and pedestrian safety. For Baby Safety Month, we usually in the community focus on car seats, safe and safe sleep are two of our big focuses for September. Car crashes are the leading cause of death for children in the United States. Over half of the children that die are unrestrained or in an inappropriate sized car seat, one that does not fit their age, height, weight, or developmental ability, which leads to many other long-term injuries from car crashes, because if you're in the wrong car seat, the car seat is incorrectly in the car, you may sustain life-threatening injuries, but also life-altering injuries, such as head injuries. So it's so important that our kids are in car seats that are correctly installed into the vehicle, as well as the children are correctly installed into their car seat.
Absolutely, absolutely. And just a sidebar, I remember not too long ago when I had my child and leaving the hospital, that's part of the procedure. They want to make sure that you had the right car seat that fit, they had a car seat test. So I know that's really, really important. And even though these are hard things to discuss, they're very necessary because we want our children to arrive at their destination safely. So what are some resources for families or services that are provided through Safety Kids Durham or referrals that for families that they can utilize?
Well, one of the big sources or resources for families is our website.
Okay.
The durhamsafekids.org. And then we also provide the service at our permanent checking station that COVID-19 has truly restricted a lot of what we're able to do in the community, but we still have one open permanent checking station where people can come and with an appointment to learn how to put in their car seat. It isn't that we're an installation service, but we have an educational service where I tell families, I don't live at your house. So
Mm-hmm.
can't be your permanent um, car seat installer, but I can certainly educate you and teach you and show you how to do that correctly, so that if you have to take that out of your car for any reason, and able to put that back in without making another appointment.
Mm-hmm. Now that's interesting. This takes me to a sidebar question. Are there any like major tips or major things that you see families do wrong all the time with their car seats on how they install, or are they all just so different that it's easy to kind of confuse how to put a car seat in?
Well, I liken car seats to a tool.
Mm-hmm.
If my husband would buy a new tool, I would hope that he would read the directions on how
Absolutely.
to use that tool, because that's the safest thing to do. Reading the directions is one of the things that get forgotten, because people look at the car seat and they go, it's just a car seat. It shouldn't be that difficult to put in.
Mm-hmm.
But every car seat gets installed just a little differently.
Mm-hmm.
Even car seats of the same brand may not all install exactly the same. And then each vehicle may have a different kind of seatbelt or
Mm-hmm.
to fasten that car seat to your car. The other issue that we talk a lot to parents about with their car seat is that they move their child to the next type of car seat too soon.
Mm-hmm.
We want families to keep their children rear facing at least until age 2, and as far past age 2 as you can get with weight and height of your child.
Right.
Moving that child to a forward facing seat too early can put them at risk for head, neck, and spine injuries. I tell parents who say that they want, oh, I just need to be able to see my child. I
Mm-hmm.
know they'll be happier if they can see me. Or their feet are against the back seat. I'm afraid they're going to injure their legs or their
Mm-hmm.
feet and crash. I usually tell them that we in the emergency department, we can fix feet. We can
Absolutely.
fix legs. But we cannot always fix the damage that occurs to the head or the neck.
Mm-hmm.
So keeping those kids rear facing as long as possible is one of the best things that you can do for your child. The second thing that gets done incorrectly is they move their child from a 5-point harness to a booster seat too soon.
Mm-hmm.
We would all be safer as adults if we could ride in a 5-point harness while we're in the car.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't. People would say that would be uncomfortable or it takes too much time to get in and out.
Mm-hmm.
But race car drivers drive in their car with a 6-point harness. The attendants on your airplane ride in a 5-point harness.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to keep those kids in the harnesses as long as possible before we're moving them to the booster seat. North Carolina law says that a child needs to be in a properly installed car seat to 8 years of age or 80 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's where people stop reading what the law says. But the rest of that sentence says that the child must fit properly in the lap and shoulder belt in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So that if your child isn't about 4'9", about the size of a small adult,
Right.
they're not going to fit in that lap and shoulder belt because the car manufacturers have designed those belts to fit adults.
Mm-hmm.
So just because your child is 8 or 80 pounds doesn't mean that they're safe to sit in the lap and shoulder belt. They may still need a booster seat.
Right. This is really, really good information because I agree. I think I tend to read my child's car seat a lot, just to remind myself, like, okay, she's this weight. Her legs are pretty long, so she does kick the back seat. But again, she's enough to be switched to a different car seat. And I do think about how often people do switch too soon, or it is comfortable to see your child, but again, it's, like you said, you can fix broken legs, but you can't you don't want to have to worry about a head injury or, even worse, death. So this is really good information for parents and families to think about. And into my next question is, in your experience during the pandemic, have there been any new safety issues that you feel have come about since COVID?
Yes, because with COVID, everybody is staying at home.
Mm-hmm.
So where we used to be able to pick the kids up from daycare, get them after school, they were spending lots of time at school. They were in the home less time.
Mm-hmm.
If you think about it, our kids go to school, they come home, they go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
When we divide the day up into thirds, 2/3 of the time they were in our homes. So if our homes weren't child-proof and baby-proof before COVID-19, we certainly need to make our houses kid-proof when they're there 2/3 of the day. That would be just things as simple for younger kids who learn by tasting, feeling, and touching. The things that might be around your home that they may choke and after putting them in their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
Poison prevention. Poisoning is another leading cause of injury for children in the home. People need to make sure that they have the North Carolina Poison Control number readily available in their house. We used to say, put a sticker beside the telephone. Most people don't have a telephone hanging on the wall anymore. So bring that number into your phone. That number is 1-800-222-1222. Have that readily available, making sure that the babysitter knows that number, the grandparents have that readily available, because kids are curious. The smaller they are, the more they are quiet. And, we've always said, if your child is quiet, something bad is going on. It shouldn't be. So you want to make sure that is a number that anyone who is watching your children can actually get easy access to. You can actually find, if you go to the North Carolina Poison Control Center online, they'll send you magnets to stick on your refrigerator, so that number is readily available in your kitchen. But we want to assure that cleaning supplies, something as simple as makeup and pills, stay in the original containers with the labels on it. One of the poisonings that I remember the most in the emergency department was that a family had bought a very large container of cleaning solution, and she was sharing it with her friends and neighbors, and they were putting it in soda bottles. And the child thought that it was soda and drank it. So keeping things in the original container is very, very important. Keeping things like medicines, they should be up and away and locked, so that children aren't curious and tasting. Most medications are very colorful, so kids are curious because it might look like candy, and they're going to taste it, or they're going to taste a handful of it. So up and away and locked is something that we teach families about what they should be doing with things that are considered poisoning if they are in the wrong hands.
Absolutely. This is all great information. So how do people get involved with child safety or your organization as a whole if they want to collaborate or have something to offer with child safety?
Well, there's several different things. The easiest of which is just to call me and what you're interested in. And that number would be 919-323-5073. I'm also still working full-time at Duke Children's, so if I don't pick up my phone, It doesn't mean I don't want to talk to you. It just, I'm taking care of patients. But, leave me a voicemail and let me know what you're interested in, and I can kind of target you and point you in the right direction. Welcome Baby is an agency within our county that educate families on all kinds of things. They have some reading program. They have positive discipline programs. They have a giving closet and a diaper giveaway. So they are always looking for volunteers as well. If you're interested in becoming a child passenger safety technician to help get car seats correctly in cars and educating families, that's a national certification, but that should not be a scary thing to say. It is a 32-hour class. We are having one here in 2 weeks in Durham, and we'll be graduating some new rookie car seat technicians. At that time, we try and check car seats and educate families at least weekly during Wednesday morning appointments. So if anyone, again, is interested in becoming a car seat technician, the easiest way to get a hold of me is just to, call me and leave me a message, and I can help you get plugged into, if not a class that's going to happen in Durham, we have classes all over the state.
Awesome. And Ms. Theresa, you've given us a lot of great information, but I want to ask, while we're closing out, what is your favorite part of your job?
Wow, I think seeing the smiles on the faces of children, parents, after we've done a safety event. They're grateful, but I can see that they are ecstatic, that they have learned something they didn't know or confirmed something that they thought they knew. But it's just, it makes my heart feel good when they turn around and do what I just showed them, and you get a hug, you get the most grateful thank you. And I think that's what keeps this program going, is that the gratitude that the people that you're helping do show once the event is over. As an ER, I would always see people on their worst day, a day that they never, ever really planned to be happening.
Right.
And so that job gave me the desire to do what is the exact almost opposite, which is teaching families about how not to end up in the emergency department.
I love that. It's about prevention. You're empowering families to be the reason, that their children are safe instead of depending on others. So I think that's amazing. Do you have any favorite quotes or any words of inspiration that you want to leave us with?
Well, I've always thought that James Rohn, who's an American motivational speaker, I heard him speak once, and he said that we as people are the average of the 5 people that we spend the most time with. The rest of his story was that we are social creatures, and we pick up the habits and behaviors and the attitudes of the people that are around us. So I think that what he was trying to say is that you want the strength and the positivity of your friends to stay with you. So you want to keep your circle of friends healthy, because they are making an impact on how you spend your day to day. And then he said to take care of your body, because it's the only place that we have to live. And I think that's what injury prevention is about, is taking care of your body, because you really it's the only body you get.
Well, thank you so much. That I thought this was a really good interview. Great information, especially as a new mom. And I know we have other families that could truly benefit from this and preventing their children from ending up in circumstances that we don't want. So I appreciate you for giving us your time. Um, yeah, thank you so much.
You're very welcome, Kayla.
Thank you for listening to Planting Seeds with the Partnership. If you have any questions on the services that we provide at Durham's Partnership for Children, please go visit www.dpfc.net and you will find all the information you need. Thank you.